land of Chanz. This video is named We Need to Have a Chat, and exactly that. Today I just wanted to have a chat with you. You may notice that I have stopped doing Vlogmas. There are many reasons as to why I stopped doing Vlogmas, partly because I felt that it was just taking up too much of my time, partly because I felt that I was just making videos for the sake of it and they weren't that good and they weren't how I want my videos to come across, and yeah, there was just many reasons as to why I stopped doing Vlogmas. But one of the reasons was because at this moment in time I am going through a really hard struggle. I have good days and I have bad days, as I'm sure many of us do, but I think that at Christmas, more than any time of the year, people just think that everyone should be jolly and happy and excited and all of those things and only those things. And yes, you should be jolly, you should be happy, you should be excited. I am. Christmas is one of my favourite times of the year. I get like a child at Christmas. But there's also just general life that has to carry on through this season. And as some of you may know, I got made redundant back in, I think it was September now, and since then I've had a really hard time. Straight after being made redundant, I had a period of time where I was just not very well. My whole kind of mental state was just not quite with it, and I needed some time to build my strength back up. I think that was probably because I didn't let myself recover from my operation as much as I should have done. I went straight back into doing everything that I was doing before very quickly, and probably didn't give myself as much time as I should have done. So bad chance, tap on the hand for me. But also obviously being made redundant and having bought a house in February of 2016, it causes you a lot of stress and a lot of worry. So over that period of time, it was just kind of trying to get some motivation back and realise that it wasn't my fault. I hadn't done anything wrong, all those type of things. But after that kind of process, and I'd done all of those things, I've also realised that I was not quite back to myself, should I put it? Yeah, I mean I'm happy and things like that. It's really hard to kind of explain this, but I kind of realised that I'd taken like 3 steps back to take 1 step forward in just being me. And I have spoken about this before, but it's only been very recently when I've started to get some extra help from other places, as in like I've got someone now that is working with me to find a job that's gonna fit with me being unwell, because having an illness like epilepsy where it's not there every day of the week, and when it is there, it's there in its big anger. It's like this hidden monster that will sleep for hours on end, and then when it wakes up it really comes at you and there's nothing you can do about it. Like the final level of a game is the best way that I can put it. Luckily I've managed to find a really great organisation that's helping me at the moment. They're praising me for everything that I'm doing because apparently I'm doing everything right, which is fantastic. I'm doing the right things, I'm going to interviews, I've actually managed to get myself a job, and they think it's a perfect job for me, and that's great. But they also helped me to realise that I do still have those struggles. I have had anxiety and depression since I was like 9 years old, and I've always been the one to kind of carry other people along, which I love doing. I'm a very caring and loving person, and it's what I've always done, and if I didn't do that then I wouldn't feel like me. But part of what comes with you being the person that carries other people along is that you get the strain and you get the struggle. And I never really allowed myself to think about that, and never really allowed myself to give myself credit or give myself time to make sure that I'm looking after me. And eventually, if you don't look after yourself, then you get to the lowest points. And I won't lie, sometimes over the past couple of months have been really low, and I've basically been waking up, I've had my days planned for me so that I know exactly what I'm doing and where I'm going. I've barely been alone. I've not been alone at all really. As soon as my partner has gone to work, I've maybe had 1 or 2 hours on my own before I've then been with my mum, to make sure that I'm not having lots of time to think over things and possibly think things in the wrong way. So I've barely been alone. When I have had time alone, it's been structured time so that I'm thinking about things in a positive way rather than thinking about them in a negative way. I've been doing things that show me that I am achieving things, like for example, like when I went to start buying Christmas presents, I thought I was not going to have any money to do that, and I was shown a way in which I could actually prove to myself that because of the work that I'd done after I got made redundant, I went straight into doing some temporary work. I got shown that because I'd done that, I'd given myself money, one, to provide for my home and provide for my bills and things like that, but also given myself money to provide presents and have a nice Christmas. So and I've had such amazing help, and this is what I think is the biggest thing for people that are out there and maybe feeling the same way as me at this time of the year, is that not everyone has the help I do. I am extremely lucky in the fact that I understand, the biggest thing is I understand my problems. I understand that I have an illness. I understand that I can suffer from anxiety. I understand that I can suffer from depression, and I am extremely open in talking about it, extremely open, which sometimes goes in my favour because people then get to know what's wrong, and sometimes doesn't go in my favour because they make it out in the media that if someone is suffering from anxiety or depression, they don't want to talk about it. When actually some of us do. Some of us want to talk about it because we want the help. So yeah, that's it. I'm extremely lucky because I have people that know that I'm like that, so when I do start talking about it, they know that that's the time when they need to step in and help me. I have a partner, Denham, who has been through it himself, so he's extremely understanding when I might have a day when I'll come home and I'll just start shouting at him for no reason, and he'll just be like, what's wrong? What's gone wrong? What are you worrying about? What can I do? And we're both the same. We both help one another, because I know his points where I know that he's starting to go down the wrong path, and he knows mine. But I'm really lucky in that sense. And then I have my parents, who are the most amazing parents in the world. I cannot say enough about my parents. My mum and my dad are incredible in what they do. They care for other people in my family as well as me, their daughter, and they couldn't do enough for me. They are there at the click of a finger, and they are there at the end of a phone, and they literally just go above and beyond for me. but some people don't have that, and I think that's important to remember, that at this time of the year there are people that are really struggling, and people that don't want to see our photos of our trees and our presents, but that doesn't mean we shouldn't do it, because everyone wants to do it, and it doesn't matter how much we try. I know I'm guilty of showing pictures of my presents and pictures of my tree and my decorations. I'm one of the worst for it, but it's just remembering that there's people out there that are struggling. And I think if you remember that, and if you maybe, I don't know, do like I said in my last video where I'm making up a little shoebox to donate to a charity of my choice, and I'm going on to forums of people that suffer with anxiety and depression, and if I see someone that has been going through similar stuff to myself, then I write them a little message to just say, remember, it does get better, and this is what you can do. I mean, for example, this morning I woke up and I was feeling really rubbish. My anxiety was through the roof, and I had forgotten that I was supposed to be having Susie and Tash round to do some baking for a get-together that I'm having at the weekend, and when they told me that I'd forgotten, I felt horrific. I was like, my stupid head and my stupid brain has forgotten something else, and it's really hard because you don't want to be going on and on at your friends that you do forget stuff no matter how much they tell you, and at the time I just wasn't feeling strong enough to like host people coming to my house either, so I just had to tell them that I really wasn't feeling up to it today. But it's silly things like that. I mean, that was the smallest trigger, but it made me feel really bad for a couple of hours, and until I kind of gone out and got fresh air and stuff like that. So yeah, but things are getting better. That's something I do want to say, is that things are getting better. Like I say, I do have a job in the pipeline now, and hopefully I will start that in the new year. It's with the NHS, so hopefully that will lead to a career for me, as that's what I've always wanted, is a job where I can build a career. And I have obviously a brilliant partner and a brilliant family, both on his side and mine. His family are amazing too, and I know I always speak about my family, but his family are great as well. I have a lovely home, and it looks so pretty at Christmas, and I'm hoping to do a tour of my house before obviously the Christmas festivities are over, because at the moment it looks so beautiful. My first home all decorated for Christmas. So yeah, but I just hope if you are stressing about money or presents or something that's coming in the new year, or something that's just happened, then most of all I just say chat about it. It doesn't matter how you do it, whether it's through a letter or talking or to someone online that you don't even know. Just try and speak about it to someone, or just do something that makes you feel good. That's the main thing, is you have to look after yourself, because Christmas can be a really stressful time for everyone. And going into a new year can be quite scary. So yeah, most of all, I just say look after yourself, and I am thinking about all of you at this time of the year, and I am hoping that you all have a wonderful Christmas. So no, I will not be doing Vlogmas, but I will be doing a couple of videos before Christmas that are Christmas related, and I will just be chatting to you guys as I always do. So I hope that you are having a great day, and if you're not, then I hope that you have a great day tomorrow, because like they say, there is always tomorrow. So yeah, lots of love and sparkles from me, and I will speak to you very soon. Mwah.